Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It's Thursday night. It's time for the Thursday night comic live stream, and I apologize. I did not send out prior notification. Just had too much going on today, so I figured I'll kind of do it impromptu, and I'm sure we'll get more to show up on the chat as the night goes on. Um, yeah, it's just some things I'm going to go over, some books, some spec that I'm kind of taking a look at, some hot books that are coming out here in the coming weeks. There's a couple exclusives that are moving right now that people are kind of chasing at the moment. So we'll talk about that as well. We'll look at some CBR news. I got that pulled up on the screen already. So we'll take a look and see if there's anything on the news that's worth taking a look at. Let's see here. Who we got in the chat here? We got GTK Comic. Spec please on Something is Killing the Children number 30, the 1 in 50 and the 1 in 100. Both are heating up. Yeah, I really like the 1 in 100. I think that's a Tula Lote cover, if I'm not mistaken. Just an awesome cover by her. She's really, really good. I mean, all her covers are fantastic. I'd put her up there with Sozo and pretty close to it. You know, I'm not saying she's as good as Frizen's kind of my favorite, one of my favorite cover artists. But yeah, Tula Lote's covers have been on fire lately. So yeah, we'll look at that. We'll take a look and see some stuff on eBay, see what prices are moving. And yes, there's another book there, Marvel Voices Spider-Verse number 1, the 1 in 50. That's a beautiful cover by John Guiong. I should have him on the show in the coming months. Real nice guy. He's real personable. I've had him on I think 1 or 2 times I've had him on the show before. So he'll likely come on. I think right now he's just so busy. He's doing a lot of cover work at the moment. I think he's got a MegaCon Turtles exclusive too that he just showed up on his Instagram. So might take a look at that. I'm drinking a little bourbon here. Ease me into the evening, and we'll take a look at a few things. So let's start off with the CBR comic news. Looks like there's a new trailer for Super Mario Brothers movie, and looks like Bowser, the main villain, will be voiced by Jack Black. Should be interesting. Chris Pratt is playing the voice of Mario. Donkey Kong is being voiced by Seth Rogen. Yeah, that'll be interesting. Still waiting. I think the Nintendo World's coming to Orlando. I think next year is what I've been told at Universal Studios. So yeah, the Super Mario stuff has been hot. Anything Nintendo is still been pretty hot out there. All right, so check out that trailer when you get a chance. I'm not going to play the trailer. Let's see if there's anything else here. This is supposedly what's trending on CBR at the moment. Hugh Jackman is going to be playing in Deadpool 3. Apparently he's been bulking up for the role, lifting a bunch of weights. She's getting up there. I think he's in his 50s now. It gets a little harder to build muscle at that age. This book looked interesting. I did grab a copy off of Midtown from last week. Stoneheart, new Image number 1. It's not a bad idea to pick up these Image, at least the first issue, just in case it takes off, or you never know if it gets option picked up by a streaming service. And all of a sudden, before you know it, this will be a $15, $20 book. I think you can still get it at cover price pretty easily. Series creator is Emma Kubert. don't know if that's any relation to the Kubert family. But Adam Kubert, the old man Joe Kubert, I think he passed a few years ago. Obviously, legends in the comic book industry. But that might be worth checking out. I grabbed the first issue anyways, just to see if it was any good. All right. Oh, Last of Us show. I did watch the recent episode. It was really, really good. Yeah, it's great. It's one of the best, highest rated shows right now on TV. I think it's either the number 2 or number 3 highest rated show. But that Pedro Pascal, he's really landed himself some good roles. He's got that one. He's got, of course, Mandalorian, which is doing well. Yeah, he's good. He's good in the. He's good in this show. I think the girl, as well, is really good. She's a fantastic actress, and that series is definitely worth checking out. I think it's on up to episode 4 now, and that's on HBO. Let's see here. Yeah, Disney admits that the theme park pricing is too expensive. I think we've known that for a while now. I think it's over $200 a day to go to Disney World at this point. All right. Let's see if there's anything else here. I may skip over to eBay. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go over to eBay. Let's take a look at one of the books that GTK Comic mentioned. The 1 in 50. I can't remember what the 1 in 50 cover looked like. Oh, there we go. By Ario Endendito. Looks like you can still buy it around ratio. $50 to $60. Yeah, there's one for $50 plus shipping. So, I don't think I pre-ordered the 1 in 50. I believe I pre-ordered the 1 in 100 because I'm a big Tula Lotte fan. So I believe that is the one I pre-ordered. And yeah, that one, I mean, that cover is just awesome. Looks like there's only one for sale right now on eBay for $160. Again, I don't think it's going to be that rare. A lot of comic book shops order pretty heavy on Something is Killing the Children. It is a very popular title. Check with your local comic book shop. Get a feel for that. A 1 in 100. I mean, most shops are probably an asset premium on that book. I picked one up for ratio at $100, but I wouldn't be surprised if you find it for about 120 to 125. I don't think you're going to find it much cheaper than that from most local shops. They're trying to make a little extra on those incentives. Kind of lessen the blow if they're ordering 100 copies of the A and B cover. Obviously they're going to get a 1 in 50 to go along with that. But yeah, it's definitely some risk laying out that much money. Signature King, good to see you, my friend. All right. So that one is a beautiful cover by Lotte. I like it. And it looks like right now on eBay, I'm only seeing that one copy for sale. Let's see what the sold listings have been. Yeah, March 5th. That was just a few days ago. One copy sold for about $180. And then another one back on the 28th of February at $175 plus shipping, basically $180. So just 2 copies in the last couple weeks. And that's it. I don't see any other sales. So that one, I don't know that I would spend $160 on that right now, but check out your shop. I think your best bet to get that a little cheaper would be to check with your local comic book shop. See if they're going to get that in. See if it's been spoken for. That's going to be the problem. It's getting close here. the end of the month, March 29th is a release date on that. Yeah, you probably needed to inquire about that with your local shop about a month before. When you're only a couple weeks away, likely it's been spoken for. Somebody, I mean, it's possibility maybe no one approached the owner, but a lot of times when you're getting close to the release date, um, somebody's probably already spoken for it and said, "Hey, I'll give you 150, 120, whatever it is." And so, you kind of have to do that in advance. I think we saw that cover at least a month ago. I remember seeing that probably mid-February, that cover. So I pre-ordered one at Ratio at $100. It's an awesome cover. Oh, by the way, I do have a comic book for sale on my Instagram. I might as well just go to my Instagram. I just posted it a few minutes ago. It's pretty well priced. I don't think you're going to get a better deal at the moment on eBay. I think on eBay they're asking $75 to $80 range for this book. This is the Something is Killing the Children, 1 in 50 incentive variant by Gillian March, issue 29. And I do have that for sale for $55 plus $5 shipping. So basically $60. If anybody's interested, let me know. You can DM me for payment details. Yeah, last sale, I think I checked out last sale on eBay was $80 shipped. So yeah, a little cheaper, obviously $20 less. I have it priced $20 less than what it just sold for on eBay recently. So if you're interested, just shoot me a DM and we can arrange payment through PayPal or whatever. Venmo, I think I take Venmo or PayPal. And I send all my books out in top loaders, Gemini mailers, yeah, making sure it's in perfect shape. This was another one I wanted to highlight. This was a book that came out on Wednesday. I did post about it in advance. So hopefully you guys are following me on Instagram. I love this cover by Delato. It's obviously it's sold out very quickly. I think within about 5 minutes it sold out. And then I guess there were some bots, and so they re-released a few sets or a few copies like an hour later. So I know a couple of you messaged me on Instagram and said, "Oh man, they sold out," and then messaged me back saying, "Oh, I was able to grab a copy. They had a few more for sale on the site." But it did go pretty quickly, and no question about it, all the different covers. I think there's like 15 or 20 different covers. There's several store exclusives. Dynamite Entertainment, they love to produce multiple covers for an issue. And the Delato is by far, this is by far the best. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I can't wait for Delato's next Disney. He's done a lot of Disney characters. He's done Mickey Mouse, he's done Darkwing Duck, he's done Goofy, Scrooge, Duck Avenger. Obviously, the one we're seeing right here, Scar. Yeah, I think that's all. I've got all of them. I believe I have all of the every single copy of the Delato Disney characters that he's done over the last several years. I wonder if he's going to do one for Maleficent. I think that's coming out in a few weeks. Delato tends to wait to the last moment, so we'll see if he does a Maleficent or not. But yeah, I love this Scar one. The green coloring, that's perfect on black background. Yeah, it's excellent. So I picked up a couple copies. And I know a lot of people like to get the sign and remarked versions eventually from Delato. It's not a bad idea to do that if you're into signatures. I'm not so much into that, but I can understand those that are. I did highlight this one last week. This one also sold out within a day or so. I think within a day or two it sold out. My good friend Aaron Bartling did this. This is easily the best cover. It's the only store exclusive I've picked up for this Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Usagi Yojimbo Where Win #1. I picked up a couple copies of this. This is easily the best cover. I don't think anything even comes close to it. It sold out quickly. I don't know what it's selling for on eBay, but wouldn't surprise me if it's selling for a premium over what it was offered at originally. So just an awesome cover by Bartling. Love it. All right, guys, let's let's take a look on eBay at the Marvel Voices Spider-Verse. I think that book is definitely heating up. I saw what was it? I think Chasing Comics told me about it. He said, "Hey, you may want to try to pick one of these up." Marvel Voices Spider-Verse #1, and it's the 1 in 50 in particular. This is the 1 in 50 incentive cover by John Guion. I mean, boom, look at that. 199, 189, 199, 195, 224, 250. Man, that book is going for some serious money at the moment. Yeah, pretty nice. We'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see if these prices hold. A lot of times, this doesn't come out until April 12th, so quite a bit of time left. Now, that's what people are asking. Has there been any sales? Let's take a look. Any completed? Oh yeah, March 7th. Someone paid $200 plus $4.99 shipping. So there has been a sale at $200. So that's going to be your watermark. People are asking close to that dollar amount because of that sale. It's a cool cover. I like it. John Guion, he always does a nice job. But I think this one especially is nice. We got Spider-Punk. I think I can see Spider-Gwen, Spider-Punk. I think that's maybe Miles in the background. I'm not too sure. But yeah, looks cool. I've got a couple copies coming to me. So I was able to secure a couple copies right at ratio, right at about $50, which seems like a steal now since it's selling around 200. But yeah, I like that one. And I think one of the reasons too this book could be heating up is there's rumors that there could be a first appearance in this issue. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's the rumor. The scuttlebutt out on the internet is that there could be a first appearance of a character there. I don't think there was a 1 in 25. Was there? Was there a 1 in 25 on that issue? No, just the 1 in 50, which is interesting. So again, the other thing that makes this book kind of tough is how many shops are going to order 50 copies of a $10 book. To get one of these, it's a little outlay of some money. So maybe some shops might be a little hesitant to do that. So I don't know if you're going to find this at your local comic book shop that easily. Just depends on the size of your shop. I wonder what Golden Apple's asking for it. They usually have stuff pretty high. Let's see if they have it. Marvel. They might have sold out of it already. They do have it. Let's see what they have it for. Oh, okay. That's not the 1 in 50. That's just a regular cover. So there is a cover D. If you like the cover a lot, but don't mind the trade dress, and it's not as rare, obviously, you can pick that up for $10. See if they have it. I don't think they have it though. No. Oh, they do have it. Sold out. Sold out for $200. So they did have a copy. And they sold out at 200. Impulse is another one that once in a while, usually they're expensive too. You're not usually going to find a great deal with them. But if it's a book you got to own, They'll a lot of times have it. They're a big shop. They order quite a bit sometimes. Let's see if they had it. 150. All right, they had a price a little lower at 150, and it also sold out. So there you go. Those are two big shops. Now, obviously, Midtown will get a copy a week before release. So you're looking at the release date of April 12th. So you want to check Midtown basically 7 days before that, right? The Wednesday before. So that's going to be April 5th. Wednesday, April 5th is when you're going to want to look and see if Midtown has a copy. Now, it'll be interesting to see if Midtown is going to have this priced higher. You know, they tend to do that a lot lately. It's not on everything, but it just depends if there's some heat on the book. It wouldn't surprise me if they've got it priced, if they end up pricing this for over $50. I don't think they're going to have it priced over $100, but they might have it priced, you know, $67, $70, which would still be a good deal compared to paying $200. Here's a good example. I highlighted it this week. If you watched my Wednesday new comic book show, where I highlighted all the books coming out next Wednesday, Marvel has, you know how Marvel loves to do these second print 1 in 25 variants, which of course are hot for a couple weeks. And then a lot of times the price drops back down to normal levels. Usually not all the way down to the 1 in 25 ratio pricing, but I think Scarlet Witch number 2. Now, this is a 1 in 25 incentive variant. So Marvel should have had this priced around $25, but they had it priced at $54, basically at double ratio. And of course, it did sell out. It didn't sell out right away. I noticed it on there, and I could have easily grabbed it, but I was like, $54, that's outrageous. So I found another place to buy it for $25. So I did pick one up for $25. Seems like a good deal since it's selling pretty easily around 50. And I think on eBay right now, and it's a nice cover by Maleev. I like it. It's not, I wouldn't say it's Maleev's best cover. It's okay. But it's just going to be one of those books that people are going to go after just because it's a little bit more limited. Not a lot of shops are going to order 25 copies of a second printing book. Let's see here. I think you have to type it in as like I think you have to do 1 in 25 and then type in second print. It comes up. Maybe not. There's the number 1 in 25. Now, this is not the same book. That's the regular. So this is what's kind of screwy. There's issue number 2, 1 in 25, which that's the cover, and then the 1 in 25 second printing is a Virgin, which is this one. There you go. New listing, $75. I had a feeling that they had a couple the other day priced right at $50 plus shipping. So basically, they had it priced about the same as Midtown. It's one of the reasons I didn't pull the trigger at Midtown. I was like, I could just buy it off eBay for basically the same price. Obviously, those must have sold out. You know, if we go to sold listings, we'll probably see where they sold. Let's take a look. Yep, there's one for 62 that sold the other day. That's not the second printing 1 in 25. So let's see. Yeah, I only see the one sale. Looks like. I wonder. Oh, there's one. March 8th. Okay, that's That's probably the one I saw on eBay that I thought, I'm not gonna grab it from Midtown. Heck, I could buy it right off eBay for basically a little cheaper, right? It was $54 on eBay or on Midtown rather, but then I got to pay taxes and shipping. Here it's you're looking at with shipping, it's basically $5 cheaper. But I passed on it. I didn't grab it off Midtown, and I didn't grab that one off eBay. I found it a little cheaper at $25, but it looks like the prices on that book is moving up now since only one listing on eBay at the moment, and they're asking $75. So we'll have to see. Now, again, the book doesn't come out until next Wednesday, so you could definitely see more listings next Wednesday, because that's a lot of times shop owners will wait until they have the book in hand. They want to make sure it's not damaged, and then you might see a bunch more listed next Wednesday. So just be aware of that. If you want to be a little patient, if this is something that you have to feel like you have to own, I would wait till next Wednesday and just see if the price drops a little bit. It should, because there will be some people that will wait until they have it in hand before they put the listing on eBay. So just be aware of that. All right, GTK Comics says, Torpedo Comics also raised the prices on Essentia number 14, cover A and B. So 13 and 14 are both going for premiums. I'm assuming 15, 16, and 17 will follow. Your opinion, wise one. Yeah, obviously sitting in the coupon and getting one, you're going to get one of two exclusive variants. One is done by Frank Miller, the other one by J. Scott Campbell. So I don't know. I don't know if you sent in two separate sets of coupons. Remember, you have to tear the coupon out of each of the books. So you need a total of 5 coupons, 13 through 17. You've got to tear the coupon out of the comic book, which I don't know. Does that automatically devalue the comic book? Probably so, right? Is sort of the same thing as what was it? Amazing Spider-Man 238 with tattoos, without tattoos. Basically, it's the same kind of deal, right? But I don't think Essentia comic book 5 or 10 years from now, I don't think anyone's going to care about it. What they might care about is a little bit more exclusive Frank Miller cover or J. Scott Campbell cover. Now, unfortunately, I'm not big fans of either of those artists. I did pick up 13, 14, and 15, I think, of that series so far, basically due to GTK Comics letting me know that it was for sale in Torpedo. Now, 16 and 17 are not out yet, or 15, 16, and 17. I believe those 3 issues are not out yet. So we'll have to see what happens. I would imagine there could be a mad scramble for them. And Torpedo's kind of playing a interesting game where they would sell out, and then all of a sudden the next day they had more in stock. So I don't know. It's almost sounds like print to order to me, but yeah, GTK Comics says that's what I'm doing. I'm collecting 2 complete sets, 13 through 17, and sending them in for both secret variants. Now, I'm hoping they give you both secret variants. It didn't sound like they were guaranteeing you were going to get a particular variant. So you may want to get clarification on that, GTK Comic. Will they, what if they send you 2 Frank Millers or 2 J. Scott Campbells instead of one of each? It kind of makes more sense that they would try to send you one of each because you want to collect both covers, but I don't know if they're, maybe they're not going to do that. Maybe it's a random thing. Who knows? There's Rafi. Good to see you, my friend. All right. So Scarlet Witch, number 2, 1 in 25 second printing. Looks like that could be a hot book. It's man, I wish Marvel did foil covers. You know how nice that would be if it was like in a foil cover like DC does? So much better. And so you're going to have it on cheap Marvel paper. It is a virgin cover, at least. It is a beautiful cover by Malieve. But again, it's going to be fairly rare. There's only one listing on eBay. We'll have to see what happens on Wednesday, though. So if you wait till Wednesday, check eBay on Wednesday and just see. You could see a bunch of new listings, and the price could be a lot lower. Maybe $50, $60 range instead of 75 seems a little steep in my opinion. All right. GTE Comics says hoping. Yes, so am I. Oh, you got me worried. I don't know if they're going to guarantee that you're going to get a particular cover. So I read the fine print and it didn't really say that if you send us 2 sets of coupons, we'll make sure that you get 2 different covers. It didn't really state that. So just be aware of that. Maybe your market influence can sway. Yeah. I don't think Torpedo watches my videos. No, I don't think I have any sway over them. All right. There's a couple other books I wanted to highlight. So we talked about Marvel Voices. We talked about the Something is Killing the Children. Yeah, let me. Oh yeah, there was another book. I think I have it here. Maybe I have it in hand. I don't. Just looking through a stack here. Don't mind me. Oh, there is a cool looking book that's coming out. I think you could find it pretty easily off eBay. Number 2. There's a 1 in 25. Yeah, I don't think it's none. I don't think there's any on eBay yet. Let me check Midtown. I think it was still available on Midtown last time I checked. Let's see if it's. I'm a big Gist fan, E.M. Gist, and I think it's an indie book. Let me see. I think it's Harrower. It's kind of a man. I can't pronounce it. Harrower. How would you pronounce that? Harrower? I don't know. That's a tough name of a book. If you have a hard time pronouncing it, that could be a tough one. So this is interesting. So issue 2, the A cover is sold out, but the incentive cover by Gist is not for $18. You would have thought it would be the other way around. But man, that Gist cover is awesome. I love it. Gist is amazing. God, he's so good. I was able to get this for $6 through another site. So notice Midtown has this for $18, but I don't think there were any for sale on eBay. So I don't know. Maybe this is a tougher book to find. Boom Studios. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, if I type in Harrower number 2, if I type in Boom Studios, we'll narrow the search. Well, there's an A cover right there from the UK. So that'll set you back about $12. I only see the one listing. Oh, there's another listing. Number 2, A cover from Canada. That'll set you back about $15. Yeah, I don't see any 1 in 25s. The Gist cover, I don't see any for sale. So maybe that Midtown is a good deal. I don't know, $18. I don't know. I don't see any for sale yet. Now, sometimes you got to check Boom Studio. Now, I don't think Boom Studios will have it on their site yet, since really No, shoot, sorry. Boom-Studios. Let's take a look here. If you go to their shop, see if it's on their exclusive page. Nope, I don't see it. Well, interesting. I don't know if that's just if it's a tough book to find, or maybe no one really cares. If I type in, let's type in issue 2 Gist. See if anything comes up. So Graham Crackers had it at one point. Forbidden Planet, currently unavailable. Midtown might be your best bet at this point. Impulse, they have it. Oh, they have it for 25 bucks. So they still have it for 25. 18 sounds a little bit better than 25. Third Eye Comics. Oh, they got it for $15. There you go. A little cheaper. So if you're interested in that cover, Third Eye Comics has it for $15 plus shipping. Their shipping rate is only $5, so it's not too bad. So it'll cost you $20. I think Midtown's is $6, so it's gonna be pretty similar. It'll be a tad cheaper with Third Eye. Maybe $3 cheaper with Third Eye Comics versus Midtown. But if you're interested, check out Third Eye. I bet that's probably the best price I've seen. There's some odd, I know, I've never heard of this site. Got to be careful. Some of the, if it's not a site you're real familiar with, you may want to exercise some caution, especially if it's overseas. I see that a lot of times. Like, obviously, this is overseas. I can't even read this. I don't know what language this is. It looks like it might be Italian. But yeah, I'm not going to order from somewhere over in Italy, somewhere over in Europe. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do that. All right, so that was another one that I thought might look interesting. Let's see here. What else we got here in the chat? Oh yeah, the Star Wars Darth Vader Red, White, and Blood #1. Yes, I do like that cover by Delato. I think that's going for a pretty good penny on eBay at the moment. Star Wars Darth Vader, right? Darth Vader, black, white, and red. #1, 1 in 100. I think that's the title. All right, there's one pretty close to ratio, 108 plus $8 shipping. So you're looking at maybe 117 plus taxes, probably 120. And then another one asking $250. That's a big spread. So only 2 copies for sale on eBay at the moment. There's been some. Has there been any sales yet of this book? Doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like there's been any buyers on eBay at the moment. So we'll have to see how that shakes out. But I don't think you're going to find it a whole lot cheaper than $100. And it is a high ratio Delato. Usually, Delato has done a few of them. Obviously, Something is Killing the Children #21. That was a very high ratio Delato cover. I have that book, by the way. And I got a really good deal on it. But he usually doesn't do real high, they don't usually use his covers for real high ratio covers that often. So yeah, this one's pretty good. It's Darth Vader, and it's a red cover, and it's Delato. I don't know what else you want. It seems like a no-brainer to me. Ghost Lore #1, the 1 in 50. Yes, I did pre-order a couple copies of this bad boy. Um, it's a beautiful cover by Frizen. No, I think there is a listing on eBay. Last time I looked. Yep, it's still there. $112 plus $5 shipping, so you're basically looking at $120. It is a nice cover by Frizen. It's a black cover too, which means it could be condition sensitive. I believe this is Boom Studios, Ghost Lore. So just the one listing on eBay. Yeah, I picked up a couple copies. I did not get it anywhere yet for Ratio, so I was hoping to try to get one for $50. That's so far has been impossible to find. I even contacted, Third Eye Comics, which I have a little bit of a relationship with the comic book shop, and asked them if they were getting that, and they said no. I mean, Third Eye is a big comic book shop, and they're not getting that incentive. So I bought the only copy Impulse had. I think that's the other place that I got it was from Impulse Creations. They had one copy. They sold it to me at $100. So I paid double. I've already paid double Ratio for this book. So we'll see, guys. I don't know. Ghost Lore, is it Image or is it Boom Studios? I can't remember. Let me go to eBay or Google real quick. Might be that is Boom Studios. Okay. Golden Apple has one. Still available for $120. Yeah, I've not found a lot of places that have it for sale. Oh, there you go. This doesn't look like a bad deal. So, Comic Construct. I've never heard of this site. TheComicConstruct.com. They have the bundle. So if you like getting, it's not a bad deal. $129, $130. You get the 1 in 50, the 1 in 25, and the 1 in 10. Plus, you get the A, B, and C cover. It's pretty good. Just a beautiful cover by Frizen. I like these hands on her shoulders, ghost hands, obviously. Yeah, that's not a bad deal. That bundle, that looks like a good deal. That's still available. Comic Construct. Oh, here's Impulse. Oh, they must have got another copy. So that's why I did grab a copy from them for $100, and I thought it was sold out, but maybe they got another copy. It looks like they still have one for sale. So Impulse still has one. Toss Comics. They also have one. Again, $100. 99. I not seen it any cheaper than that. Yeah, if you can get it for Ratio, I would highly recommend it. That might be one to also check out with your local comic book shop. See if they're going to get that book in, and if you can get it for Ratio, $50, that would be a great deal. I remember looking over the last 2 or 3 weeks for shops that were selling this book, and I couldn't find it for less than $100. So I was kind of like, shit, I don't want to lose a chance of getting this. So I just decided to bite the bullet and grab one for $100. So yeah, I know I'm overpaying, but it's Jenny Frizen, and I'm willing to overpay for one of her books. It's a good looking cover. It's a black cover. It definitely could be hard to find in high grade potentially. Yeah, GTQ Comics says that it's fire. I agree. Rare Frizen books tend to do well. I don't know if you've ever seen some of those Red Sonja covers that she's done, especially the Virgin ones. Not only first of all, you can't find any for sale. There's several of them I've looked for over the years, and once in a blue moon, one will come up for sale. It's usually a graded copy, and it's usually an auction. and the price just gets kind of way out of range for me. So yeah, I mean, a rare Frizzen cover is definitely something that tends to do well long term. So Ghost Lore, check out your local shop and see if they are going to get it. I think that is a good one to target. And looks like $99 seems to be the lowest price so far. Or that bundle deal doesn't seem too bad. Especially if you are thinking about getting the other ratio variants anyways. That might be a good way to go. All right, I'm going to go to Chasing Comics Instagram page. And we're going to look at a couple of recent listings by him. You got the Ivan Tao exclusive for World Tree #1. Man, there's a bazillion covers on this World Tree. I still think the Frizzen's my favorite. The Tao one here is pretty good too. And this one's pretty limited, only 333 copies. That seems like a pretty low print run to me. This one's cool if you like Emma Frost covers. Immortal X-Men #3 exclusive. This is by Marco Torrini, and there's a set. You can also buy the trade dress and Virgin set. It's the typical Marvel deal, right? 3,000, 1,000. So the trade dress will be 3,000. The Virgin version will be 1,000. This is one that's a little tempting to me. The only problem is you have to subscribe to a Patreon. The ECGC, I think it's ECGCE. Seems a little confusing. Scott's Collectibles is not going to be selling this. It sounds like you've got to be a Patreon member with ECGCE. ECGCE. Man, that's I don't know. But it sounds like you've got to be a Patreon member to get a crack at this cover. It is a beautiful Mattina cover. I like it. I don't know if I like it enough to have to be forced to pay so much per month to be part of a Patreon membership to get access to this cover. But I don't know. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? Mattina, it's a nice cover. I like it. Let's see what else. There's a couple other things. Oh, for you Street Fighter fans, this one's pretty cool. This is the Santa Fung. By the way, it's not a woman. It's a male. For some reason, Santa Fung sounds like it would be an Asian female name, but it's actually a male. He's pretty cool. I've seen some live streams of him drawing. I think there actually is a video of him painting this cover. It's an awesome cover. All the Street Fighter characters. Looks like most of the Street Fighter characters are on there. I see Guile. I see what's his name? Bison up at the top. Ken, Ryu, Honda. Was that the sumo wrestler? Looks like quite a few of the characters. Vega. I see Vega on there. Yeah, I was big into that video game when it came out. I remember going to the arcade, plopping in all those quarters, and doing that Aruka thing where you shoot the fireball. I had a hard time. I finally got down Guile's Kick. That one took me a little while to get. I wasn't quite as good with that. It's one of those games that you have to play a ton to get really good at it. But yeah, I'm old enough to remember playing that in the arcade when it first came out, and yeah, it was awesome. So it's a little nostalgia, these comic books. This is just a cool looking cover. Limited to only 500 copies. That came out on Wednesday, March 8th at 3 p.m. So I think it's still available. I think it's still available on their website. If you're interested, grab one. Yeah, another Delato cover. Spider-Man Unforgiven. This is a trade dress exclusive, 3,000 copies. Definitely not a low print run. The only thing I don't like about it is it's through Comic Kingdom Creative, so I believe that is a Canadian website. So GTK Comic, that's totally up your alley. You won't have to pay crazy shipping costs from the US. You can buy this from a Canadian store, get a nice Delato exclusive. But for us US consumers, it's probably a little bit more of a pain in the butt and a little bit more costly because it's a Canadian store. All right, I mean, it's just oh, by the way, this is one that I picked up last week. This was the only, I think this was the only exclusive I picked up for this World Tree. I pre-ordered the Frizzen one. That's an incentive variant. That's not a store exclusive. This was the only store exclusive I picked up of all the different ones out there. This was my favorite. This is Osha Red, Red Impero. Red Impero is the gentleman's name. I think he also goes by Osha Red on Instagram, maybe. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, this cover is the best. I think it's easily one. I put it right up there with the Frizzen. It's fabulous. The colors, the design, it's awesome. So that was one I definitely grabbed. Hive Comics, I think, is where I purchased that from. But there were two sites: No Mas Comics and also Hive Comics were the two shops selling it. Limited to 444 copies. They were also doing like a three set deal where I think, yeah, you could buy this one, you could buy this David Sanchez one and the Villalobos. You could buy all three of them, I think, for $60. I like Sanchez's art. I like his portraits. This one just didn't quite do it for me. Not, taking anything away from his skill and artistry. Definitely not. It just didn't appeal to me. And then the Villalobos one, yeah, it just didn't do anything for me either. So I just bought the Ocean. I didn't do the 3 bundle deal. I just grabbed the Red Impero one. That was the only one I grabbed from them. Yeah, I did pre-order this 1 in 100. This is the first I'm seeing the cover. It's obviously an homage to Nice House on the Lake. This is yeah, that's same artist that did it, right? Bueno. I think Bueno did the cover here. Alvaro Martinez Bueno. Bueno means good, so you know he's a good artist. It's in his name. This is the 1 in 100. James Tynion, new book. Yeah, I'm excited to read it. He usually doesn't disappoint. And the 1 in 100, I think you can still get it for ratio. I don't think the price on this book has gone crazy or anything like that. This was another book that I picked up recently, The Mandalorian, Star Wars: The Mandalorian. Man, I'm hoping I was one of the first 200 because I do want to crack at the Virgin variant that will be for sale. When WonderCon starts. So it says we'll have a guaranteed chance to buy the special Virgin. I bought it within the first couple minutes of it going live, so I'm hoping I'm one of the first 200. Who knows? Maybe I'm not. I don't know if they let you know that you're one of the first 200, but I like that it comes with a clear backing board. It also comes with a premium trading card, COA. That's awesome. And again, Gist is one of my favorite artists. I've had him on the show. He's just a really nice guy. Deserves all the success he's having. And believe me, he's having some success. He's doing a ton of covers these days. This was one that I debated picking up. I did not end up picking it up. This is the John Tyler Christopher negative variant covers for Psylocke and the White Queen. Emma Frost. I don't know. I've been kind of burned out on these negative space variants, and they don't tend to do that well. Like initially, the price jumps up, and then the price comes way back down. So I don't know. They're nice covers. I'm just not feeling it. I just decided that I wasn't going to pick these up. Um, who knows what the print run is either? He doesn't really publish. Notice here, no quantity limits. So another reason I like buying stuff that I kind of know, at least I have faith in knowing what the print run is. It doesn't mean that they're going to adhere to it, but if you talk to It's Drunk, you talk to Mel V from It's Drunken Chat, he's basically believes that no one has a limited print run, that they all are cheating and have warehouses full of extras. I don't know. It's a little conspiratory, but he definitely believes that. I don't know that I share his beliefs, but in certain cases he could be right. I think that was it. I don't know. Trying to see if there's anything else that came out here recently that I thought was awesome. Heat Seeker, that one looks pretty good. That looks like an arch. Is that an Archerm? Yep, that's an Archerm cover. That's a nice one. Heat Seeker, a gun hunting series preview #1. That looks like that's just a normal, not an incentive or anything. So you could buy that at your local shop when it comes out. No problem getting that one. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I did like this Sozo cover. Vampirilla. Yeah, that's nice. Vampirilla versus the Superpowers, #1. I pre-ordered the metal cover, by the way, the metal virgin cover. Um, yeah, we'll have to see how that does. I don't know. It's Sozo's If Sozo still has some power, we'll have to see. So there is a premium metal Sozo Miyaka cover of this. We'll have to see what it does. I'm just not a big Dynamite fan because I have definitely seen them say, "Oh yeah, this is limited." It shows sold out on their website. You can't seem to buy it anywhere, and then all of a sudden, like a month later, oh, they've got a bunch on their website again. So they are one of these shops that doesn't really adhere to a print run. At least they don't. It doesn't seem that way to me. I don't know. Maybe you've experienced something different than me, but they all seem to be doing the same thing. GT Geek Comic, he snagged a couple of those Howard #2, 1 in 15s. Very nice. Oh, it's a 1 in 15. I thought it was a 1 in 25. 1 in 15. So I misspoke earlier. GT Geek Comic is going to do a hard pass on the Spider-Man Unforgiven. there you go. Yes, definitely pulling the trigger on the World Tree 1 in 50 and the 1 in 100. Yep. Good looking books for sure. Oh, man. Kind of losing my voice. By the way, my son was sick today. I had to stay home with him. Um, Woke up throwing up. First we thought maybe it was food poisoning, but I think there's a stomach virus going around. Several of the kids at school have it, and it seems like it's, I don't know if it seems like it's stomach virus. So he's been dealing with it all day. He's been achy, throwing up. He's afraid to eat anything. It's been a long day, so I'm very tired. It's 10:40. I'm definitely going to turn in. Going to head off to bed now. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Appreciate all the input. GTK Comic, thank you for um, all the suggestions. Thank you, Rafi, as well. Signature King, thanks for stopping by. We had 9 people watching right now. That's pretty cool. So I will be doing another video this weekend highlighting the Hot 10 list from CBSI. That comes out tomorrow evening. Probably won't have time to do it tomorrow since the list usually does come out late. But I will try to get it done this weekend, maybe on Saturday. So stay tuned for that. I will try to send out notifications a little early so that you guys can watch and contribute to the live stream. Hope everyone has a great Thursday. I will see you guys later this weekend. Have a good one.